So we're on Origin Session 2. It's the 28th of May, and here's our cast.
I'm Clare. I play Ash, who is a Kodakai hunter who has been exiled.
Hi, I'm Stephen, and I play Nathaniel, and I am captain of the Arcadia.
I am Nico, and I play Professor Ludvig von Lohengramm, the creator of our fine vessel.
Hi, I'm Craig. I play Zhia, the arcane construct.
Hi, I'm Colin. I play Attanor, who is an elven prince.
Hi, I'm the other Clare. I play Vivi, who is a tradesperson, kind of court master, who is a friend of Ludvig's. I procured the tree for the vessel.
Hi, I'm Allan. I play Russell Aldous Hicks II, and along with my robot brother, we are looking for her father, who has gone missing.
Perfect. I'm Ryan, the GM, as from last time, and here we go. Who remembers what happened last week?
Nobody remembers, so I think we should redo.
It's because we didn't run last week, that's why nobody remembers, but the week before.
The professor failed to close the door.
No. I have no
Greatly failed to close the door. Zhia didn't do much. And there we go.
We gave away the ship.
That's right, we sold the ship.
There was no we.
I don't think the crew knows that, though. I think he's just Ludvig, and I don't even think he's aware.
Yeah, the crew go with the ship, though. It's not like they're out of a job.
I mean, that is true. I mean, how much
It's just
Ludvig
management has changed.
So, anything else that you remember from last session?
I mean, the soldiers that we took on think that we're going to commit treason.
No, they think that we know exactly how to stop pirates in their sleep.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yes.
they do. I'm sure they do.
Absolutely. It's not
And
They're all
then
fine.
Ludvig failed at closing the door.
And got critically injured.
Well, he got very
By-
close to the door, if that helps.
By skills that were passed down the
confused.
Armstrong line, clearly.
What was that, Stephen?
By skills that were passed down the Armstrong line.
We don't own that.
We're doing this.
So, I guess we're going to open on the professor sitting on the floor.
Somewhat like the door.
Sure, Stephen. So, we're going to open on the professor sitting on the floor of his lab. I'm doing air quotes here for everyone. Gunther introduces himself as Major Elliot, and he puts his hand down to help you up.
I guess I just kind of like. I would shrug off the hand and stand up. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing, Gunther?
Keep in mind
I
you're
don't know, why did
suffering
you do
from a really sore head. Remember?
I can see two Gunthers right now. I'm probably looking to his left.
I believe it was your critical injury that you were still suffering from. Can't remember exactly what it does though, so I'm just going to load that up just now.
It's essentially a concussion, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
scattered senses it's called. I think it's just you can't gain the benefit of like assists, I think was the gist
No
of it.
boost dice. Like, no boost dice at all.
Dun dun dun.
Well, I will retcon what I say, and I will spring to my feet and stagger as I spring to my feet and look into the left of Gunther. I will be like saying, Gunther, why did you do this? I just want my privacy.
Major Elliot is staring at you, kind of like closes his fist as he's looking at his fist, and obviously because his hand was outstretched to you, kind of stands back, kind of, you know, with his hands at his side, and just looks you straight in the eyes as you're kind of, you know, swaying side to side. And he says, I was tasked to keep close to you.
Well, I mean, the other side of the door, that's close, right? Yes?
I do not appreciate having things slammed in my face. I can see now you also appreciate this.
I do apologize. I did not mean to do any harm. I like my privacy, you see. I like to sit around naked.
He's going full Ludvig, everybody. Don't look at his wig.
Major Elliot kind of like puts his hand up to his upper lip and runs his kind of like hand down one side of his moustache and looks back at you and says, "That information in advance would have saved you a door."
You have a point, yes.
Now, I believe the commander will wish to address everyone. Please assemble your crew in the mess hall.
Yes, of course. And I'll like kind of walk into the door probably.
Major Elliot actually just leaves to go get the commander.
Well, I guess I'll just start staggering down the hallway, zigzagging.
You'd probably encounter Zhia then, because after hearing the crash of that door explode, I'd probably go and actually find out what's going on, because shit, that sounded dangerous.
Indeed.
So Zhia would probably be slowly marching down the hall towards the sound of the door, and see you limping probably towards him.
Now you have, let's see, where is it? So the problem when I have diddles and I haven't drew doors on them. Because you'll be guarding the tree room, as I recall.
Yes, that's correct. Is that the door?
The tree room, the way into that, if I remember where I drew it, is like legitimately you probably watched all this happen. Like.
Oh, okay.
So can you see the doodles that I've done for the floor plans?
I'm looking for it just now.
Oh yeah.
It's on the top one.
So that's the bottom floor of their ship, and the tree room entrance is down there. It probably should be in the middle, so I reserve the right to change this later. But I've not drew parts of the middle yet because this isn't even canon information yet, these doodles. But
so it's just a straight shot down the middle and I can actually see.
For now, until you're on the second floor, yes. Because you'd probably be on the engine floor, which is the second one. But let's say that you're guarding the bottom part of it.
Yeah, okay. Alright then, slight change to that then. I guess the startling of the door slamming would probably make me a bit more alert and actually watch what's happening down the corridor towards the end. And then seeing Ludvig probably stagger towards my direction, I'd probably walk over towards him. And then just stop in front of him, looking at him expectantly.
I'm just gonna look up and I'll be like, Zhia! And I'd kind of like look about and about. Can you multiply yourself? There seems to be two of you right now.
Zhia can't physically squint, but you feel like Zhia is squinting.
To be fair, he's probably looking at like 15 versions of himself staring back in the reflections.
So who's
from
to know
their
who's
facets.
squinting, really? Zhia kind of like... What, how tall is Ludvig, sorry?
6'2".
Okay, alright, fair enough. Zhia probably just kind of like puts both its arms on your side and then kind of like helps you up and offers you an arm to lean on.
Thank you. Very good. We should go speak to the... Oh, I don't feel very good. To the commander. Yeah, yes, that's what I'm thinking. Yes.
Zhia nods and starts walking, and almost pulls you with him. I did not reveal gender.
It's okay. Your gender can remain obscure if you wish.
I will
You're
follow
still
on to
it,
the best
them,
of
and
my
there.
ability.
Good.
Sorry, I spoke over you.
That's
I'll
okay.
follow on to the best of my ability.
Excellent. So, what we'll do now is quickly talk amongst yourselves. What I'm going to do is going to open up all these images so that I can actually import them properly into another page on... Just so you actually have the floor plans, you know.
Yeah.
Also, whoever just yawned there, please God,
Sorry.
mute yourself.
Sorry.
Learn.
I've messed with my mic sensitivity, so
It will never matter for yawning and stuff. That's why I'm trying to adjust how I breathe. It's not ideal. Right, let me just save all these images across. And we'll go there. Where's everybody else on the ship? Because obviously moments have passed while he's went below deck to get to his lab. So where's everybody else?
I'm in the tree room.
Yep. Craig, I'm probably going to make it that second floor is the access to the tree room, and you probably just walked down the stairs because the door got smashed in.
Okay, so we'll just go with the original, and I got startled by the sound and wanted to go
Yeah,
see if
exactly.
everyone's okay.
Yep, perfect. Not to say, it's just mostly I want a lot of water in the bottom floor of the tree room, and it precludes you guys actually being able to walk out of that door.
I like water.
Right.
So does Elia.
Bonding.
Not just you in the tree. So where's everybody else?
I'm in the bridge, obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, I'm probably in the kind of cargo hold, I guess.
Sure, there is two, but yeah, like I think maybe we should have you. Obviously, you've not really spoke in character yet, have you? Have you? No. Claire?
I think I may have just flickered out there. No, I haven't spoken in character yet.
Because what I think I'll do is, I'll still like the idea of having you being off getting trade things, because that makes more sense as to why you've not been here. So maybe you can return now, actually, onto the ship and start loading up the stuff on the cargo bay. Just the last of the supplies.
I'm actually dropping in and out because I just didn't hear most of what you just said.
Okay. Any particular reason? Is it me? Is it anyone else?
I don't think I can hear anyone else. So I suspect it's my connection.
Nobody else is talking.
But I couldn't hear anyone else. Anyway, it was Ryan that I couldn't hear.
Okay.
Right.
I wasn't going to say anything, Ryan, but it's the hair. It's too quiet.
The hair.
Need more volume.
Okay. I'll work on that. Okay, yeah, fine. We will have... Let me just upload some things here.
Yeah, I definitely didn't hear anything just there. I just heard Craig go, I wasn't going to say anything, and then nothing.
You're not like downloading or uploading anything currently?
Oh no, nothing.
Over poem.
I do not know how to solve that problem for you, my dear, actually. I'm not 100% sure why. You can't hear me okay?
Do you have tethering data?
Discord or something?
No, like I'm just on my laptop.
Okay.
I'm going via the router downstairs, so.
I'm almost finished anyway. Bear with me.
I'm back.
My connection might purely be because I'm uploading things just now.
Could be. So you were saying I might have been off getting things, and I might just be arriving back now.
Yes. So you were off with Robyn, doing the final supply run.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you can just be arriving back. Maybe you were delayed somewhat because of the royal procession that obviously had taken up a lot of the streets.
Yeah, probably.
So feel free to play that out as and when.
I imagine we'd be coming in the top deck, wouldn't we?
Yeah. There are ways to get all the stuff down from the top deck. These uploads have came through really janky, but that's fine. I'll just need to deal with that as and when, so I can try and format these. feel free to carry on, guys.
What carry on RPing?
Like, you're back, right?
Well, yeah. Okay, so I'm coming in onto the top deck, and I just I direct whoever's bringing the stings we bought in to basically get them transported up onto the top deck, and kind of stand there with my hands on my hips, looking around for someone to help me get it downstairs.
No worries. Well, there is crew. Like, there's about 20-ish crew members of unnamed and mostly will remain unnamed specifications. One of them is called Deck. He is the cook.
Yeah.
That is pretty much all we have.
So I get them to basically stack them in, I guess there's some sort of lift, and then down, and then instruct them how to unpack them into the cargo hold.
Okie dokes. Where is everybody else during this?
I guess as they reboard the ship, I'd probably come out of the bridge to welcome back on board.
Okay.
What time is it? Is it morning? Is it evening? Is it afternoon?
It's the afternoon.
Good afternoon, quartermaster. I assume the supply run went smoothly.
Well, we got everything. It took some time to get back.
I was about to
It's a
say
bit-
that.
It was a bit busy.
Yes, we had a visit.
Yeah, I saw. Was it eventful?
You'd have to ask Ludvig, really. But we
I
do
don't-
have some new crew members.
New crew members.
Yeah, some soldiers. We got those soldiers Ludvig was after. Yeah, I don't know how comfortable everything will be. I mean, they may have overheard what they could have interpreted as a plan of attack against them.
I think I've just put my head in my hands.
Now, I told Zhia to be quiet, but I can't control everybody. It's not my job.
My head is still in my hands. Just
So we may not have got off on the best footing, but can only go onwards and upwards from here. He looks at you, winking, because we're on an airship. Yeah.
I just sigh and put my hands down. It's like, where were the soldiers from?
The king. They're military forces, as requested by Ludvig to protect us on our dalliance in the sky.
Were they specifically the guards that were with the king?
I don't know.
Sorry, as an aside, I can't remember the term that they were maybe referred to last session.
They are, from my experience, they are akin to a special attachment
And
of highly skilled individuals.
You would know them as knights. Put it that way.
knights, okay.
We got the
So-
knights. That's about
minute-
it. You're all caught up.
The minute they got on the ship,
Oh.
He's been hit by a door. Move on. It's fine.
no, I like to imagine one of the guys coming by with like some of the packages, basically just like maybe swung around and got him on the back of the head.
Yeah, they just smacked me on the back of the noggin. Oh, my head.
Can you see, obviously, in the second imaging, there's like the kind of square parts that are dotted near the front of the ship on roll 20.
Yes.
Does that say bow boat or rowboat?
It says a lot of things. So, that's the third imaging anyway. So the second imaging has the squares that are all dotted, and those are the things
yeah.
that lead down into like where the landing strip area is. that lead down further into like the cargo bays and stuff as well.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
sections move away and it all slides right down because the cargo bays are right at the very bottom.
Yeah. So I just I think I've been on this boat for a while.
Like a year, yeah.
I have.
You're friends with Ludvig, remember?
I'm friends with Ludvig. I have dealt with Nathaniel for a while.
Mhm.
I was
So-
handpicked by Ludvig to captain this vessel.
That's not true.
That's shh.
So the fact is that I will have dealt with these two doing something very, very stupid previously.
First is likely.
So I think I take a deep breath and just try and let it go. Just recognize that I can't change things now.
Also, Stephen, Claire is echoing back through you,
Right, okay.
just as an FYI. Also, Claire, at some point, can you roll a D100 for me in the chat?
What for?
Your pocket money.
I've already done it.
Have you already done this? When?
Yes. We did it when we were sorting out my character sheet previously.
Sweet.
If you scroll up a bit.
Yeah, I've got it at 51. Good. Thank God, past us, we're on the ball.
Oh no, it's 44. That was for something else.
Is that better?
That's much better.
Okay. Yeah, so it was. Money for Vivi 44. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Right. So. Professor?
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people to assemble.
Yeah, I guess by this time we would have shambled up to the top deck, possibly.
I'd say so. At the brisk pace you're getting pulled at, you should be there. Or at least your arm will be.
I guess like when we get there, like, right, so it's Nathaniel and Vivi, or Vivi. Vivi. Is it Vivi or Vivi?
It's Vivi.
Vivi, good stuff. I'm guessing they're still there.
I mean, yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
As I see you getting dragged, I just think, oh, Zhia pulled you off.
Is it Vittoria or Vittoria?
It's Vittoria.
Ah, Vittoria! Welcome back. It's very good to see you. I'm still looking in the wrong direction.
Ludvig, have you
Yeah,
been sniffing the solvents in your lab again?
Not this time. I seem to have angered the big, bulky soldier man when I tried to slam a door in his face.
Not my fault.
This is in character. I suddenly start laughing because like you can't get much worse.
You know how I am about my privacy, Vittoria?
I think
And-
if you do in character have a tendency to be naked when you're on your own, I think we will all know about your
Yeah.
privacy after sharing the ship for you with a year.
More than likely, so can we solidify if that's a thing or not?
Let's try not to solidify naked things.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Do not.
no, it's good.
That's my one joke of the night done. I hope you enjoyed it.
Well done, hi.
Yes, but I do need to know, is he naked in his free time?
Ludvig?
It's a distinct possibility.
He's definitely naked under his armor.
I can neither confirm nor deny my nakedness levels.
It may be his excuse for keeping people at his lab.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe you just tell
Good one.
people that then.
That's why it takes so long to answer his door.
Just
I think Vivi is probably did just start laughing just at the absurdity of the situation, and is just continues to laugh. Maybe
Well, I'm
trying to.
awfully glad that you find this funny. Quite frankly, I'm seeing 2 of you right now, and I'm seeing 2 of him, and there's like probably about 50 more people on this deck than there should be right now.
When he says 2
understand
of him, I
what's
give him a
going
wee wave. Woo!
Ah, yes, Nathaniel, like waving
The
not
wrong
right
direction.
Zhia kind of stoops in to catch you from falling over as you attempt to wave.
Yes, yes, there probably was a stagger.
I think I go and grab just like a small stool that like that's used as like a step on the deck. Just bring it over and get you to sit down.
Are you helping me?
Well, yeah. I think
good.
like hand under your elbow, hand on your shoulder,
Okay.
No
So sort of-
beside
making sure you don't fall, but also forcing you to sit down.
Yeah, I will be forcibly sat down. You always know how to treat me very good, Vittoria. And yes.
I'd
I think-
probably, as you're sitting him down, be like, "Why are you even up and about up here? What happened?"
Yes, the commander wants everybody to meet up. Can you speak through the... Have we figured out a name for the talkie pipe?
The pipes.
The talkie
Talkie
pipe.
pipes.
The talk pipe, like the talk pipes. Can you call everybody Nathaniel? It's so dizzy.
We should probably just call them something different every week.
The vibrodio pipes. There you go.
Vibratio.
I will go use the talkie pipes in post haste, as long as you get a lie down. Please,
The
I don't want
fibre
you
audio.
falling off the edge of the ship.
I see what. It's very good, Nathaniel, because it's usually you always falling off the ship. I get what you did.
As I walk away, I stop and go, "Jump! I never fall. I jump."
Yes, yeah. You just kind of nod, roll some eyes, but
They
probably
scream.
make them feel even more dizzy.
I guess I'll proceed to the talkie pipes and then tell me when the talkie pipes are to be talkie piped into.
I mean, yeah, you can be there unless somebody else wants to add things.
I mean, I just wanted to just look at Ludvig and just go, why did you think it was a good idea to try and close the door on one of the nights?
I mean, you don't expect a man to be able to bust down a reinforced door with his bare hands. I mean, it's quite frankly, I think he's quite abnormal.
Ludvig, they're the knights!
Yes, I mean, but,
Of all the people on this ship!
but
you
they
should
don't
know.
ever get used. I mean, you don't expect them to actually be good.
It's got a point though, right? It's like, you're always given the advert, but never the product, right?
They have a lot of time to practice.
I guess, yes, it wasn't exactly my shining moment.
Things very rarely are!
I just have evidence of these nights.
Look at this ship!
knocking
It's
down
marvelous! This is my shining moment. She kind of gets dizzy again, starts looking at the sky.
I think I see you getting dizzy and basically put my hand on the back of your head and basically force you to put your head between your knees to stop you getting dizzy.
Why am I doing this?
It stops you being dizzy, Ludvig.
Very good. It's not really working.
That's because you keep trying to sit up.
Good point.
Maybe you should go look at the sky vacantly for a few minutes, Nick.
I do think we've got a doctor on this ship.
You do, but she's currently narratively excused. Or
Damn it, I'm a
Carlotta.
quartermaster, not a doctor.
God damn it.
I meant Carlotta, but yeah.
I know, but it's not here.
Nope.
The quartermaster's having to doctor.
But yes, I will put my head between my legs and just kind of
Get your
sway
butt
left
back.
and right. Probably muttering something about Gunther.
I don't know who Gunther is, so I'm just like, presuming it's one of his machines that he's named.
Probably a good assumption. Probably the door was called Gunter, you know. Like,
Gunther, no! Good door! Good door! Good door! Gunther!
Gunter was his sled.
so yeah, Stephen, I think you get to the
talkie pipes.
The talkie pipes, yeah. The
so
vibrato pipes.
All hands, this is Captain Chase. What's my name? What's my name?
Grayson.
Grayson, thank you. All
Line.
hands, this is line. Alright, okay.
Yes, no, not you.
Okay, let's rewind. Right, we're back. Go.
Talkie pipes. All hands, this is Captain Grayson, and please proceed to the top deck for a formal address. I repeat again, proceed to the top deck for a formal address.
You really enjoyed that, didn't you?
My favourite part is the fact that Major Elliot said, "Get everybody to meet in the mess hall." To the professor. That's my favourite part.
Lohengramm didn't tell Nathaniel
I know that.
Details. I'm concussed.
So when that happens, Ash is like sort of mid-communication with Ilya. So she's got her eyes closed. She's kind of glowing a bit green. She's got her hand on the trunk of the tree. And when she hears all hands, she gets like a fright and almost falls off the tree, but doesn't quite. And she doesn't quite catch what he said because she's been so busy, trying not to fall. Yeah. So she decides to go up and ask him, personally, what? So she goes up, but not because she's like, oh, there's a formal address. She's just gone up to the deck to be like, what did you say? Even though she could just use the pipe.
Does she regard the pipe with fear?
No, I think she just doesn't like using it. Well, she's not afraid of it. She'll use it if she has to, or say she was in a really bad mood with someone and they tried to talk to her, she'd use the pipe. But
I'd probably be slightly used to this by now anyway, then.
Yeah, if you try to talk to her through the pipe, she doesn't answer. She just comes up to the deck what did you say? What was that?
I said you need to come here. So, well done.
Well, I'm here.
What were you doing?
I was making sure Ilya was alright.
Who? Okay. She okay?
She's fine.
She is good. Good. I believe we're having a formal address from our new friends. So.
I think at the mention of our new friends, our face kind of falls a bit because obviously you had that conversation in the top deck before, and from that she took that you don't trust them, and if you don't trust them, she doesn't. So her face kind of falls. She just goes, "What for?"
That's what we're about to find out. I guess
they're not in charge of this ship, are they?
I mean, you'd have to ask Ludvig, really. It's his ship. I just push the buttons. Double meaning. I'm pushing the buttons.
That sounds right.
Yep, does. Okay, I think at that she brightens up slightly, but just goes, okay, thank you.
Nathaniel probably just go, come on, worst case scenario, preemptive self-defense, you know? Jokingly says it.
I don't think she even heard that bit of the conversation.
Yeah, but I did, so...
She just kind of looks confused at you, what? And then shakes her head and walks off, towards Ludvig.
Stephen Clare's really
I'll probably chase after her and be like, maybe now's not the best time to talk to Ludvig about anything.
Is he alright?
He had a door encounter.
What is that? Some kind of human thing?
Probably more of a Ludvig thing.
Her face just becomes more and more confused as you're talking. Like,
Yeah, Stephen, we're still getting feedback from you.
A door fell on him.
how did that happen?
Nope, still happening. It's people coming back through your speakers.
Someone pushed it on him.
Who did that? Who on this ship would do something like that?
New friends.
Her face just drops again, like just in sort of a mixture of outrage and disappointment. Like, so we can't trust them then?
Well, let's be fair. It's not like we haven't wanted to push a door on him.
How could you say that about Ludvig?
Oh, do you know what? Never mind. I'm just talking mad, clearly. Just mad.
Well, nothing new there
Everyone
then.
loves Ludvig, and he finds that he's so endearing, constantly. My best friend, even. Yeah. Love him to bits, all the time.
She's just got a confused face again. Like, what are you talking about? But she just walks off towards Ludvig because she's now concerned about his well-being.
I think by this point as well, the entire top deck is now filled with the crew. Where's everybody else?
I'm inclined to say I would probably not actually have joined them and would be like looking over the side or something. You know, not regarding myself as technically crew.
So still on the top deck though.
Yeah, present,
Mhm.
if not present.
Understandable.
Emotionally not present.
Where's Russell? Hello?
Yeah.
He unmuted himself.
Yep.
Reply, but
No reply happened. Gib? Are you still on push to talk and mute?
Better?
There we go.
Yep.
Yay!
Sorry, disconnected slightly. I am at the door of Ludwig's lab looking in, but not inside the lab.
hmm
Just because that means that I've not dissipated, but yeah, I get to see in his lab.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can believe that.
You sneaky little.
Okay. Right, so... Yeah, so everyone's waiting on this address.
There's a commander. Supposed to meet us in the mess hall like 80. Oh.
Ludvig!
I mean, I'm not in the right mindset for remembering places.
Do you know,
Mess halls.
everyone's here now. Quartermaster, would you mind going to the mess hall and fetching the commander?
Good, this is why you've piloted the ship. Yes. Good stuff, Nathaniel.
Stephen, you're still going to have to fix this because every time someone speaks slightly loudly, we get them back through you.
Right, I'll just change it.
Thank you. It is appreciated.
Oh, I don't know why this is happening. I do it with every other RP and there's not an issue at all.
So, how is Vittoria responding?
So I completely blanked out and I couldn't hear anything anyone was saying. So what was asked of me?
Nothing of you personally, but I basically just revealed that we were supposed to be at the mess hall, not the.
Oh,
Not the
legitimately,
deck.
like, Stephen did ask her to go to...
I literally asked things of her personally.
Okay.
I was obviously blanked a bit as well.
What was asked of me?
I asked you to go to the mess hall and fetch the commander.
I say, yeah, in character, I like hands on hips and I just
I
Sigh.
love how the person who hasn't met them has been asked to look through the ship for people she doesn't know.
That is exactly why she's been asked, because she's not met her.
I mean, to be fair, I would know that they're probably the people I'm looking for because I've not met them yet.
I mean, yeah, you could say that, but you don't really know what crew have changed out at this particular juncture.
It's true.
Not everybody's signed on to just be part of the crew forever, you know.
And I also may have met and may not have met them, but I know of the knights. So
Yeah, but that's literally all people know about them because they're the equivalent of like the SS. You know, they're that top level of, you know, you never hear about what the knights do because it gets done and you don't know about it. They're that good.
okay. So I head off to the mess hall. I just sigh, hands on hip, and just head off.
Cool. As you kind of descend down the central staircase, you see Russell staring into the lab.
I think I just stop beside him and just like lean on the door frame beside him.
Hi, Vivi.
Hi, Russell. Did you hear the call that we're to meet up?
No,
I mean, it was pretty loud.
there's no tubes in the halls.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to go fetch the knights from the mess hall. You could either come with me or head upstairs to the top deck.
I'll come with you.
Okay.
Okay.
And I head off again to the mess hall.
Yep, so the mess hall's there. I've pinged it for everybody.
And I can't see anything because this laptop is so small. So
It's basically the front of the fourth image. That's
see, I can't even see that there's a fourth image. I had to scroll.
you might need to zoom out on your little slidey thing, which is in the top right of the main screen, not the side panel. You can slide up and
There we
down
go.
to change the view.
Yeah. The problem is now everything's small.
Yeah, but it's really hard to read anyway. That's why I'm here to ping things.
Okay.
So-
oh, lovely. There we go.
That front that's where all the bedrooms are on the outside of it, and in the centre is the mess hall in the middle.
Mm. So I head to the mess hall, and I think I stop at the door and kind of knock on the door frame, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of hallway kind of area is kind of open. Straight into the mess hall, if you will. Then there's the kind of galley bar type thing. And then obviously the tables and stuff that people can be sat at. And you're obviously looking at 10 fairly well dressed soldiers.
I just kind of brightly go, "Hi."
And have you seen the image of Jan Senna?
I don't think so.
I'll reshare it in the art folder for you.
There we go. Okay.
And she turns round, and then kind of like everybody else kind of stands to attention when she turns round, kind of to attention, and she kind of like gives you the salute of the Republic, and nods slightly and goes, "Ah, Lady Mataran."
I mean, I don't know if she deliberately got that wrong. It's because it's Terrin.
No, well, you originally told me Taran, so Mataran then. You can edit and retroflect.
I think I think I return the salute and say, "Commander," I believe.
You kind of see like a smirk appear on her face, and she goes, "Yes, Jan Senna."
Delighted to meet you. I was told the wrong meeting area, and I think Ludvig is a bit shook up in the head. So he got everyone to assemble on the top deck.
If you
Would
could,
you prefer?
if you could assemble your crew here. This is important.
Okay.
Thank you.
But everyone's already on the top deck. Can't you just move?
Like she just turns her back and goes back to her 9 soldiers.
I think I'm not very tall, but I grab a handful of Russell's like clothing and just essentially drag him.
Mm,
What does
made
that mean?
sense to me.
What, me or Russell?
Mostly Gib.
The sound of general discomfort.
Yeah, well, I said made sense to me
Okay, cool.
as well.
Yeah. I think we get up. Probably we get out of earshot of the galley, like up some stairs onto one of the other decks, and I go, "It may make sense, but they're used to being obeyed."
I thought soldiers took orders.
Yeah, these ones take orders from the king, and none of us are members of the royal family.
That we know of.
I think I just say, true.
Gib, don't you go revealing Zhia's plot history there.
I was going to say Princess Zhia. Got
Bit of
balance
all
out. You know, I accidentally said male, so it's accidental female this time.
Zhia, warrior
so-
princess.
Oh my
Yep.
god. Oh, I'm on board!
For legal reasons, we possibly own that.
We don't own that. Lucy Lawless is the sole owner of that.
What, Zhia, warrior princess? I don't think so.
She does now.
I mean, if she wants to say that, I'll probably agree with her, because then she's talking to
Yup.
me, right?
Or she'd kill you.
Nah, we cool.
So I let go of Russell, but like basically head up to the top deck and say, yeah, no, everyone needs to go downstairs to the galley.
Soldiers. God damn it. No, that was a fucking Austrian coming out again.
I politely ask Zhia, would you
Stephen, you're breathing.
mind helping the professor downstairs, please, Zhia?
Ah, yes, we muchly appreciate it, yeah.
So we're
you're
going
saying-
downstairs then.
Well, yeah.
Well, you know how the military types are, all that stuff you military people like to do. Not you.
If that's what you want.
It's not particularly what I want, but let's just humor the woman for now.
Vittoria,
Ash,
do you know what it is that they want?
I have no clue. I didn't know they were on the airship until I arrived back.
Well, it was quite a surprise to us as well. Do you trust them, Vittoria?
I think there is a very long, large pause.
Also, Stephen, we can still hear you breathing on your mic.
And Vivi just goes, they're loyal to the assignments that they've been given.
Do we know specifically what that is? And
I
looks
mean-
round at Ludvig as well, like when she's saying that.
Well, as far as my knowledge is, they're here to protect the ship.
Okay.
That is all I know. They seem to be very passionate about doing such a thing, but who am I to deny passion? You know?
I think she kind of smiles a little at that, but her face quickly drops again because she's still completely unsure of these people. But she starts walking down to the mess hall. Anyway.
I think I keep in step with her, and I very, very quietly just say, out of earshot of other people, they will likely be primarily loyal to the king.
Well, as long as the king doesn't want to do anything to Ilya, I'm happy.
Probably shouldn't speak too much about Ilya.
I'm not going to.
Good.
Just going back a bit when Vivi said, Zhia, Zhia, can you take Professor? Zhia would probably nod, but well, Zhia would nod at Vivi, and then go over to pick up LVL, and but just put one hand behind his back and then the other just underneath is it chair or stool that he was on?
It's a stool.
Yeah, just grab the bottom of the stool and just kind of lift both those things just so he has a chair with him at all times.
That's adorable.
And then as the conversation's happening, obviously walking behind these two because LVL was part of that conversation. So
I just have this image though of you like kind of cradling the stool and him just sitting in it like a small palanquin.
I've got his back as well, but I'm holding both.
I'm a pretty buff 6'2" man.
Stop giving
Yeah, I'm pretty buff as well.
I'm drawing ideas for this game, it's banned.
I feel like Lohengramm would be kind of startled at this, but he's way too dizzy to be able to like deal with it. He's just like, what is? Oh my! Just please take me to the mess hall quickly. I think I'm going to be sick.
I think we're there.
Everything going?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I guess so.
This might be missing someone.
Calm.
For the sake of driving the narrative forward, let's say yes.
Okay, cool. Let's just assume you're the last one in, then. And you see like all of the actual, crewmen are sat around the tables. The knights are kind of assembled at either side of Commander Senna, standing kind of at the top end of the rooms. Ludvig's quarters, which is the very front of the ship, of course. That's what the big C kind of thing is for. He obviously gets the biggest quarters. And Attanor walks in. Senna looks over everyone and says, "Is this all your crew?"
Well, I mean, this is. I would look around. I'm guessing the deck hands and what stuff on here. Like,
Oh no, like everyone. Like, as in all 20 of the actual crew, and then all the PCs are here.
Okay. It's like, this seems to be quite a bit more than usual. Yes, everybody's here, yes.
It is quite cozy. I mean, there are like, 40 people basically crammed in the room at the moment. So, yeah, it's cozy.
There would have been a hell of a lot more space in the top deck, but hey.
For some reason, we have met resistance. And she just like holds that kind of note, if you will, and looks across everyone. And then kind of starts kind of pacing up and down in front of her men. My team and I were requested by your professor, and King Pendragon has assigned us here for your protection. Are we unwanted? We haven't left the dock yet. My team and I can leave.
See, it's not so much as you're wanted, it's just that, you see, there's a lot of people aboard this ship that do not like the idea of this becoming a militarized human vessel. You see, it's purely an exploration ship. It's not really for the whole military thing, I mean, we very much would like your protection. I mean, it's very dangerous out there. We've already ran into those stinky pirates that like to steal all your things. Very, very dirty.
She just narrows her eyes and just kind of waits for any more input.
Could you dress less like military?
Maybe. No, I won't say. We'll see. I'll say that out loud.
What were you saying there, Nico? I just got noises in my head.
I was about to say like maybe less military as well, but then I was like, I'm not going to say that. I would say just kind of backtrack. I would actually probably visually backtrack in what I was about to say. This all following everybody around and things, it makes everybody very uncomfortable. I mean, I understand that you must do your job, but yeah, we are very capable people, like...
Protection comes at discomfort.
Permission to speak, Professor?
I mean, you'd better ask the commander here. She's your superior. I mean, you can speak. You can always speak in my presence, sir.
You heard him, Stephen. You can always speak in his presence. Session 2, mistake number 2.
And I just look at the commander and go, and that is exactly the problem. This is Ludvig's ship. I am captain of this ship. You do not give commands on this vessel. If you're here to protect us, you do so at our discretion. We had an entire crew assembled on the top deck. Now, if that was not where we wanted to meet, fair enough. But you can come to us next time, not command we come here. If you wish to be in command of the ship, I personally think you should leave, because this is not your vessel. This is not just a human military vessel. This is an independent expedition. Last time I checked, Professor.
Very much. Stick a hand up, but probably another hand is over my head because I'm still very dizzy.
Senna
I'm
just
still
looks
being
around.
cradled.
Like Senna looks around at her men and then kind of nods at one of them. Her hands are like a kind of rolled up piece of kind of paper, and then she just unrolls it and then just starts reading out the entire written request that the professor had sent. People who actually funded this expedition, which were not him, because he poured his fortune into this and still needed more. So she reads out this big kind of list, which basically is the professor saying, literally anything goes. Let's get everything we need on this, adventure trip thing. Buy in, it's fine. Think of the riches we might discover, the new places and races we might be able to create trade agreements with people, blah 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 blah. And then also she then kind of just looks at everyone when she pauses reading that letter, kind of draws her eyes across everyone, which basically just contradicts half of what you just said, Stephen, and then goes to the next piece of paper, reads down the list, which is the request to the royal court for the attention of King Pendragon, which is for essentially controlling stake in the airship. If he can have the knights' protection on the adventure.
Wait, so I'm literally working on a human military vessel.
You're working on the king's exploration vessel.
Oh, I'm actually like, that is not the job I thought I was taking on.
Quel surpris.
I guess I just go. I look at Ludvig probably quite angrily, because I would not. That's different from what I was told.
Senna then kind of rolls up the paper, kind of hands it back to the gentleman that gave her them. She goes, "So I repeat, if our protection is unwanted and the cost for you is too high, my team and I can leave. Please decide quickly. You are due to leave soon." So at this point, this is pretty much when the big kind of blue button and the big red button appear, and it's do you wish the protection of the knights? I think at that point, as everybody just kind of slowly stares around and kind of looks a bit confused, she says, "We'll wait on the top deck while you decide here in privacy."
Oh my god.
And then she goes upstairs with everyone. You can maybe now see why she needed the meeting to be here, so she can dramatically walk to the top deck. She's going to talk in private.
C is probably still holding Ludvig, I suppose. Probably why I had got such a good vantage point over everyone. I'd probably put you down on your chair and say they should leave.
Well, I mean, they seem to have taken the whole offer a little bit too literally. I guess I failed to forget about who I was speaking to. You know, the king is so difficult.
I think Nathaniel will laugh a little bit at this and go, to be fair, if that's what you wrote them, everyone would take it that way.
Yeah, yes, well, I mean...
Give us nights,
writing is in my
you control the ship.
point. Writing's never been my strong point. I mean, I'm a scientist, not a writer.
I think Ash looks towards Ludvig, kind of stares directly into his eyes and just says, "If they stay, would you trust them? Do you trust them? That's all that matters to me. I trust you. I know all of you will not hurt Ilya. And I'm only here for her. So if you think they won't hurt her and the rest of us, if you think we need protection, then we should take them. If you don't trust them, Ludvig, I don't want them on this ship."
Maybe we should all flash back to the time where this ship was nearly burnt down with pirates, and then flash forward again right back to this conversation. Hence why you realise that you don't have military trained crew, and literally just rely on you guys. And obviously you have collected misfits as time has went on, but it wasn't always that way. Which is the reason why Ludvig has requested these people in the first place, just to give people a bit of context, was it isn't safe out there. People do want this ship. But not to say that should sway the decision. It's also why Ludvig asked for these people in the first place, and the very fact that the king was willing to give them was a big deal.
I think for Ash, though, it is literally like she doesn't want anyone, you know.
I mean, don't tell me. Tell each other.
Okay, yeah. I think I've already said that, though. She's only here for Ilya. She doesn't want anyone to hurt them. And
I kind of break in and go, surely having them here would be a better protection for Ilya.
It depends on how they treat that. If they treat Ilya badly, if they think they can just hack into her as if she's a test subject, and if Carlotta was there, she'd probably give Carlotta a really dirty look at that point, then I don't want them near her. She's been through enough. But if we can protect her, as I said, if you trust them to protect us, then I'm happy to have them.
You can rest assured that they will definitely carry out the king's wishes, which is, it would be kind of counterproductive of them to destroy the tree, since it's pretty much the ship and they have to protect the ship. But it's whether or not they have been told to do other things by the good king.
I don't think they'll destroy her. I think they perhaps will not treat her with the respect that she deserves. That is my concern.
Zhia nods at that. It's kind of slightly amber-ish at this stage. And then just repeats, they should leave.
Well, this is everybody's expedition. It's not just mine, so maybe we should cast a vote. It is my ship, but I will not go against the wishes of my year-long crew.
Is it totally your ship, though, Ludvig? If what that letter says is true, is it really
Yes.
completely yours?
Well, I mean, a lot of funding did come from the king. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to pay him back from the journey, you know. Partially. Mostly.
Professor.
Ah, dear Attanor, good for you to speak. Yes. Your
I
input would be great. Yes.
it is unfortunate then that I shall have to remain neutral in this matter, as King Acer would prefer my presence regardless of the ownership of the ship.
Well, I mean, your, would we like your opinion, maybe? Possibly?
Yes, I see.
You are part of the crew after all, yes?
I must know, why do you have a king? So, for context, in case anyone has forgotten, he is himself a prince. The question, it makes more sense to him.
Right.
So he asked, why do you have a king?
You see, I don't personally worship the man. It's a very good question. Why do we have a king? They don't really do much other than print his stupid smile on the coins and just kind of probably pick out the coin it was given by the king and like throw it to the ground.
I had understood throughout my youth that the humans had a he sort of strains a bit, searching for the word republic.
Yeah, see, it's just a bunch of nobles, and he's basically just probably the most rich one or something. I don't know. Vittoria, you handle all this stuff. Why do we have a king?
I think I just kind of I roll my eyes
They scream.
and I
Yay.
and I go, it's a lot more complicated than just being a traditional monarchy. There's a lot of political infighting. There's a lot of money involved, especially related to trades. And then there's a lot of intermarriage between the houses. And the process itself is one that takes years to elect a king. And a lot of people who may be better kings may not have the same amount of money or influence or power. And basically, you end up with a lot of people throwing their influence and power behind one person, so they don't waste their entire fortunes. And really, it's basically having a king is supposed to be a show of unity between the entire all the noble houses. So having a king is basically having a figure that's supposed to represent what everyone else believes. That's why we have a king.
Ash shakes her head and
It's a
looks
very
at
smart
you all and says, I still don't understand you.
I think as she was saying that, Nathaniel would have sat down next to Ludvig and like been listening intently because he had no fucking clue. Like why there was a king. There was a king and he seemed to be in charge.
I'll say to Vivi, fascinating. It's not a dissimilar system to our own, barring, of course, that my king is descended from the last true king. And my... yes.
And again, lean over to Ludvig. He goes, "That sounds very different from us."
Mordecai don't have kings.
Isn't
I don't
that-
understand why you need them.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yes, I don't understand why we need the king either. But yes, very good explanation, Vivi. This is why she's so helpful, very smart.
Fascinating, indeed.
Well,
Humans
it's
are miraculous creatures.
thank you.
Why do I get the
So as-
underlying idea of just like, it's miraculous you survived this one?
There's a little bit of that.
Condescending wouldn't be a tone unfamiliar to Attanor, I believe.
That's why he's such a good ambassador.
Yes. Ambassadoralizing everything.
I think Nathaniel will just speak up and say, "Well, it sounds like for their protection, we're under their command. So it just depends on how much everyone's fine with that."
Right, so I think at this point, let's pause everyone. Everyone get to roll 20, type stay or go, and get ready to hit send.
What, stay? Do you mean stay or go as in...
As in, you'll write one of those things for the knights.
Oh man,
And I will
Yeah,
then
I'm
get everyone to...
torn.
And I'll get used to hit send when everybody has typed in something.
Oh, I don't know.
Secret voting!
Ah!
Well, it's not secret. Everyone will see who
Secret
votes for what.
voting!
I'm picking the option.
Yeah, the results will be obvious.
Speaking of picking, I think Zhia probably bent down to pick up the coin that he chucked.
I should
And
just
probably
dropped
tried to
him.
hand it, yeah, and probably tried to hand it back to him as he's talking.
Like, oh, you dropped this.
Yeah, exactly. Very. Here.
This fell off of you. Do you need it?
Uh-huh.
Is this part of you?
I made a rock. Perishable rock, but you know.
Is this why you're dizzy? Or is this?
Is this why you're poor?
It's that man you spoke to on the money.
How did
None
she
of those
get
words
there?
happened, but the action.
Is this your king?
Your king's very small, but
Why
happy.
is he your king? Or why do you have one?
I feel like this.
Why
is
do you throw your king? Why?
Where is this?
Has everybody
I
has
feel like
everybody
this
typed
is
something?
us.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is like us like choosing the difficulty setting of the game now.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. Just so you know, this is exactly what this is. So, does everyone hit send?
Okay.
One.
It's just I was saying stay, but like
Oh my god. Well, that seems that's just apt for how your concussion's going.
Yeah, it means he's concussed.
Ludvig doesn't want them to go worse. He wants them to stow.
Stow!
Should I stop? Should I go?
okay, so we've got 43. They go.
So that's, I believe, Carlotta. Also, Claire, please don't do that.
Sorry.
Or at least mute and then do it. So,
I just wanted an easy game, guy.
It's a very easy decision. They go or stay.
I
That's
have
it.
to be in character, Clark.
in
We just need
character,
to be a
Clark.
little
Same.
bit
I mean,
more
worst case
cautious.
scenario, we die.
Yeah, and the Arcadia goes to that place of glory.
It'll
We'll be
still
fine.
be an interesting story.
Quick, set fire to the tree.
A blaze of story.
You're my tree.
Oh, we're going down.
We're going down.
So,
We may as well kill it before it goes into the wrong hands.
how about we come back at 9 and we'll find out what happens after the break. I will see you
Dun,
guys
dun, dun.
at 9. Goodbye.
At 9.
Hey.
Okay,
Recording stop.
There.
Woo!